Good morning once again, and welcome to our Eucharistic celebration for those who are here and those who are joining us via live stream. And today I would like to talk about really the human person is wired for relationships. The joys and hopes, the sadness that we experience are triggered by the kind of relationships we have. And I just came from Mindoro to give a kind of a reflection to my fellow priests there. And I talked about the joy of priesthood. And we know that joy is really built on the kind of healthy relationships we build on people. And after arriving yesterday, kind of late afternoon already or early evening, I visited a friend whom I heard that since he was sick, he started not to come out from his room, not to join our dinner, and decided to isolate himself. And when I met this friend, a priest, I recognized that sickness has indeed made his life different. He is not that jolly, that vibrant anymore. He refused to get out from his room, and he has always been using the pronoun I, me, and myself. There is no other pronoun anymore. Started to not remembering to celebrate life of the we and the us. And so I realized when we isolate ourselves, when we don't relate with others anymore, when we refuse to reach out to others, we become constricted and eventually experience this sense of separation that makes us isolated. I'm saying this precisely because the human person is wired for relationships. And the reason why we are afraid of death is because we know that death ends all relationships. We are afraid of sickness because when we are sick, when we are isolated, we cannot relate with others anymore. And when we cannot relate with others anymore, we feel as if we are not fully human beings. And in the first reading of today, we have a story of Tobit and Raquel. Raquel, before even marrying her husband, the husband would die, and this happened 7 times. This happened 7 times. And you can just imagine the pain of a woman whose to-be husband died before the wedding. That kind of relationship. The pain of losing a loved one. And in the gospel of today, there is a hypothetical question raised by the Sadducees who do not believe in the resurrection because they know that once we die, that's our end. And the Sadducees asked Jesus, if there is a woman here, a wife, who married a husband and did not leave a descendant, and then the brother would also marry the wife, and until we have the 7 brothers, and end up that all of them died, whose wife will she be? And Jesus said, when you are with God, you experience the fullness of relationships, and you don't need a husband or a wife, for we are all brothers and sisters. In other words, our relationships here on earth, husbands, wives, brothers and sisters, approximate our relationship with God, so that once we go back to God, that is already the fullness of relationship. That is why life with God, relationship with God, is always something to be celebrated. Brothers and sisters, let us not waste this life. the life that God has given us by not celebrating it. I have a friend who is celebrating his birthday today. And yes, every day, every birthday, don't miss celebrating your birthday. Because every time we celebrate our birthday, we thank God for the relationships we were gifted with. And we thank God for such a beautiful life. And our best gift to God is to tell Him, Lord, the life you have given me was never wasted, was not spent in bitterness or regret. The life that you have given me, I have lived to the full. So the glory of God is humanity fully alive. Amen.